Hello, welcome to October 2nd, 2024. My name is Kurt, and this is my daily Good Life meditation. This is an exercise that I do every morning, a little bit after waking up, to remember my life objectives and principles. I do this to keep myself on track and in the lane with the life that I want to live, to make sure that I'm not forgetting to make good utility of every day and squeeze the best I can out of every hour. I do this by reflecting on the values codified in my book, Going Alone, and I check to see about any incidents in the last 24 hours where I was challenged to live well, and how did I react? How did I do relative to those aforementioned values? I also think about the day to come, because you can see it's still dark out. The sun hasn't come up yet. It's about 4:30 a.m. right now, and I ready myself for this coming day. And then finally I close by checking to see if I'm ready for death, making sure I have my house in order, so to speak, my tiny house in this case, and beyond. All right, so last night and yesterday. Yesterday was an interesting day. It was a day of work. I knew that today was coming. Today's the centerpiece. It's the day that Ollie flies to Japan. So in addition to my meetings, which were few, I got everything in order and spoke with Daryl, the shipper, that I'll be meeting this afternoon near Los Angeles International Airport to do the handoff. I think we have everything ready and in order. I took the day off today from work so that I could attend to all of this. As for challenges and opportunities, mostly stuff in my head. I'm finding getting rid of, that's not the right word at all. I'm finding parting with Ollie hard, for a couple of reasons. One, of the two dogs, he's the more companionable, the one that will like sit and put his head in your lap, or come over and want to be petted. And the other thing is Rudy is a different type of beast. He's certainly my beast, but he's different in a way. He's just composed differently. So with Rudy, it's more like having a partner as like a cop, and having a partner on duty. With Ollie, little Ollie here, it's more like having a buddy. And I'm going to miss that, because now after that I've got no buddy, so to speak, right? And it's just me and Rudy, and they're here in the desert, my cop partner. We'll make good use of the time. We'll utilize the hours and the days well to the best of our ability. Actually, I think it'll be very interesting. I think that after I get through the first couple of days of being separated from Ollie, I think I'll snap out of that, just looking at past precedent, and make real good use of the nearly 3 months that remain, two and 3/4 months that remain. I think it's going to be an interesting 2 3/4 months. Why is that? Well, freedom. Ollie is an older dog, and he's very particular in his ways. And it's also hard to maneuver around with two dogs. You go anywhere and you take the leash, and the one goes this way or the other goes that way. Also, it's just been too hot this summer. We've pretty much stayed home here, because going anywhere, the mountains up here, the mountain desert, hasn't been so hot. But if you go anywhere, it's too hot to hike. It's too hot to go down into the valleys, way too hot. The only time I've been able to really take the dogs out effectively is in the evenings, in the cooler evenings. But that's all about change as we go into the second week of October. And I'll be able to take Rudy initially out and about here in this high desert environment, hiking, etc. And I have this harness that I can use to carry him, like a sling that works. He's small enough that I can go hiking, and he can actually be carried in a sling. And then, of course, we can go down in a few more weeks and down into the low desert of the Salton Sea area, possibly, and do some exploration down there in our remaining time. We could even go back into the main city. And I've got him trained. I'm training Rudy also to be more social, so that will facilitate that as well. So I think it's going to be all right. I just have to get past this 24-hour period, which is starting now, this moment. I'll give you a glimpse of little Ollie. He's seated in my seat there, right in my computer seat, sleeping nicely. I'll get him up in a minute and make his breakfast and take him for a walk. And we'll begin our day. We'll spend the morning here here in the desert, and I'll get the car all ready to go, wash the car, make sure triple check everything again, make sure I have all the paperwork, etc. And then it's a 2.5-hour drive to LAX, and then we'll go embark on that long drive down to the coast, and I'll take them down to the cool area near the coast to some parks, etc. Take Ollie for some nice long walks, and make him nice and tired, and then do the handoff at 5:30. From there, the dog shipper will keep Ollie. They're at a hotel very close to the LAX, and it's only a few hours between the time that I drop him off, and they'll walk him again, keep taking care of him and everything. The guy that I'm meeting, Daryl, he likens himself a dog whisperer. He's a very gentle sort and good with animals, and he will be with Ollie and then take him over to, the way that it works is he'll take Ollie over to the airport, but Ollie doesn't check in like everybody else. They go to a special dog. Ollie's flying on All Nippon Airlines, ANA. So they'll go to an ANA office off of the airport where live cargo can be brought in, gone through the little bit of customs thing there, the little waiting area, and Daryl will wait with Ollie there the whole time until he's finally loaded on the plane, and off he goes. And when he's in flight, he won't fly in the cargo with the surfboards and the bags. There's a special area, I guess it's up near the front by the cockpit, because the pilots can access it. Special area for live cargo. It's a little room that has a dim light. They see, of course, air conditioned, etc. And the pilot will come in and make sure everything's secured and sign off on that before they fly. And then apparently they'll be checking on the animals during the flight as well. Ollie will be in a crate identical to this one. This is Rudy's crate, and I've had it situated here in my backpack's on top. I've had it situated here so that the dogs can get familiar. They go in and out with the open door there, and Ollie's is identical, and you can see there's a pad in there. I'll throw one of my t-shirts in with the mix, which is what they recommend, so that he has something that kind of reminds him of home. And I've got my stuff, my backpack, etc. on there. But this is what Ollie will fly in, and it's really good size. I have the same crate, Ollie's crate, already in the car. It's been in there for weeks, as Ollie has been getting used to it. What I do is, when I load him in, every time I load him in the car, I take a treat and I throw his treat in back at the back of the crate. So he goes inside and has his treat, and over time he got used to it, and then I could close the door and he's fine, and I can even open the door now and he'll still stay in there. So he's used to the crate now and comfortable. The trip will be about 10, maybe 11 hours, direct flight from Los Angeles International Airport to Haneda Airport in Tokyo. Tokyo has two big international airports. Narita, which is the one that most people fly in on, is up in Chiba, which is northeast of the downtown Tokyo area. Quite a ways northeast. It's like an hour by a fast train to get to Tokyo Station or Shinagawa Station. So we're not going there. We're going to Haneda, which is the older airport, which is, I guess I would call it the southeast of Tokyo. It's down below, which is more convenient to my family who are driving up from Shizuoka, because it's on the near side of Tokyo rather than the far side. If they went to Chiba, they would add another hour plus probably to their drive. So this is much more convenient. It's also more convenient for Emily, who lives in the Kanagawa area. She lives in Yokohama, which is also closer to Haneda than Narita. So Emily's coming up with Tatsuya, and Yumiko is coming up with her sister in the Suzuki Jimny. They'll be there. There's an agent for the pet shippers on the other side that's been doing this for 15 years. So just at Haneda Airport, that's his job. He shuttles animals through quarantine. So, or not through quarantine, but through customs. So the agents there at the airport know him. So I feel like he's in really good hands with a professional that will basically help Ollie get through customs, and then Rudy when it's his turn. So he should be in good hands. Yumiko's got the house, our little apartment, all ready to receive Ollie. I'm all ready to send Ollie off on his way to his trip. Now I just have to pull the trigger and get this day started in earnest and make it happen. I didn't talk a lot about the challenges yesterday, which mostly were in my head. Challenge of getting ready for the fact that Ollie's going to be gone, which is harder than I'm letting on. It's like it was harder, just like it was harder than I'm letting on about Emily and Yumiko leaving. That was really hard. That half a day after they left was really, really hard. I think I did communicate that in my social media posts. And I feel that same thing coming on with Ollie going as well. So who says that dogs aren't humans? Dogs aren't people too. That's a better way to say it, right? Okay. Well, all that remains to do then is to go over the creed real quick. My 8 objectives, which are as follows. To be always ready to die. To make good and effective use of time. To develop and maintain good and sound life principles. To cultivate good emotional reactions. To perform good actions. To recognize my true limits and true opportunities. To do just one thing at a time and do that thing slowly and deliberately and carefully. And to keep my balance. And I have 35 attendant principles that I use to achieve those ends. Last question to myself. Is today a good day to die, as the phrase goes? Am I ready for death? I have to give 3 answers. 1, are my affairs in order? Are my papers all set up? Does Yumiko have access to everything? Does Emily, for that matter? Are all the accounts set up properly? Or, if I die, does it automatically, will my pension go to my wife? Etc., etc. Yes, all that's in order. The paperwork is all there. Yumiko's got copies. If automatically everything falls to her. It's all in order. Yeah. Second question, are my relationships sound? Is there anybody that I have an unfinished business with, so to speak? Well, there's forever the unfinished business of my mom, but I have to realize that when it comes with my mom, unfinished business is the status quo, and that's the best I'm going to get out of it. So, yeah, I guess that's in as good a shape as it can be. Number 3, is my life's work complete? Well, my life's work consists of 2 things. And Jelena, I was touched by your comment, did you see this, the other day about, your life's work being motherhood. And for me, my first principle, my first purpose in life, that is fatherhood and being a good father and raising my daughter successfully to adulthood. So yeah, and she is. My daughter's an adult, living on her own, taking care of herself. So I guess that end is achieved as well. My second and less important purpose in life was the writing of my book, Going Alone, which is done and completely, every word edited many, many times over. So yeah, my life is done. I can leave now, and my barbaric yelp has been yelped into the void, so to speak. Okay, so I'll wrap it up now. I wish you all the best. Be safe, but not too safe, and wish us luck today. Take care.